What day is it, Rex? Is it hump day or is it jump day? It's jump day. Every day is jump day. Jump up and out the door. Oh, what do you know? There's an easterly component to the wind this morning. Just when I thought I was going to be able to say, look, the wind is from the west, which is best. Pretty interesting because the sun's barely even up. Low overcast. How low? Well, below the summit of Mount Washington, where it was gorgeous this morning. An undercast, so the top of the cloud is at around 4,000 or 5,000 feet. Mount Washington down to 18 degrees. That's the coldest it's been since that 18 on Sunday when the wind was from the southeast. Now the wind is from the west, still only at 12 miles per hour. I don't think we've had wind greater than 20 miles per hour in 3 days on top of Mount Washington. Well, since Sunday anyway. Upper level low continues here. Now, is it low barometer cold or high barometer cold? I call high barometer cold when you get radiational cooling and you get the fog in the valleys, and temperature 28 degrees in Rutland, Vermont this morning, 1 degree away from the record, incidentally, a number of records set again this morning in the Midwest, 26 in Rockford, Illinois. It broke the record of 28 from 2006, not that old. So high barometer cold is usually stable, and usually you get sunshine during the afternoon. But in low barometer cold, it's cold up in the sky, and when the sun comes up, you get the instability clouds and showers in the afternoon. We have both high barometer and low barometer. Look at this map. High over the H, over the Gulf of Maine, one south of Long Island, and then another one over Michigan with record cold this morning near Detroit. What is wind? Air moving from high to low pressure. So the wind in eastern Massachusetts comes from the east, the wind in Connecticut comes from the south, and the wind in western New York comes from the west. There's a tiny little L right there in the middle over Albany, New York. That is a very weak low pressure system. We've had a closed upper level low now for several days. I want to show you a map here. We've had these instability showers, and it has a lot to do with embedded energy, vorticity. The orange there in the upper level flow going around the closed low here in the northeast. That closed low lifts out, and we start to warm up in a couple of days, and after another day of showers. And then over the weekend, look at that digging, and look at that low going across Texas into the Gulf of Mexico separately from the upper level trough coming into the Midwest, and then they all phase. We have a phasing, a merge of the atmosphere happening this weekend with deep cold air going down the Mississippi River Valley and warm air trying to come up the East Coast, but running into low-level chill that is going to be stuck in New England with a wave of low pressure on a warm front going to our south on Saturday, or right across the south coast. It wouldn't be a Friday or Saturday without a warm front in the northeast. Now, would it? So that means we get an area of rain coming through here. The Euro had that precipitation missing us to the south for at least a couple days, and then it had it waiting until Saturday night and Sunday. But now it says Saturday, and the GFS is coming on board. So we are almost a lock for a wet Saturday here, and that goes against some of my rules. One of my rules is if you have a gray or wet Wednesday, which we have kind of, usually get a nicer weekend, but we're kind of in a rut now, and this rut is going to continue. Perhaps some nice breaks of sunshine coming in here on Friday, and then Sunday might not be that bad, waiting on another system to come up the coast. Yesterday we said, oh my goodness, a 978 low over New York City on Monday morning. That's a drencher with a lot of wind. Well, the Euro has eased off of that. Now it's a 987 low going across Boston on Monday afternoon. So it's a little less windy, but it's a still very wet system. And it's been the story of our winter with these lows. They go, we're in the cold air, here comes a storm, and it runs up an inside runner, either through the Midwest or west of Boston, which means rain instead of snow. I know I won't let it go, will I? I just like extreme weather. So Mount Washington, by the way, has picked up, 12.9 inches of snow with 2.5 inches of water since Sunday. And that pattern's going to continue. So we have this wet weather coming in on Saturday. Look at the 14-day for Boston. And you can see not much change. A lot of rainy days, a lot of 50s in there, even 38 on Friday morning. Friday morning, let's look closer at that Friday morning map. Oh, we finally have an H over us, so we'll have some radiational cooling here. That's tomorrow night. It says Boston gets down to 38 on Friday morning. The record is 30, so it's not record, but we may set a record or two around here in the Northeast on Friday morning. Even though the air mass is warming up, that's high barometer cold with radiational cooling. High barometer, low barometer. I want to show you the 850 chart here. The blue, is the cold air, and that cold lifts out just for the weekend. And Saturday and Sunday we turn yellow. Even though it's a warmer air mass, it's still going to be chilly down near the ground because the wind is coming in off the ocean. And then in the next week, we kind of flatten it out. And late in the period, that almost looks like an Arctic front coming into southern Canada on May 5th. So we still have the chilly air holding. This blocking pattern does not look like it wants to release very much. Plenty of precipitation. Here is the precipitation coming in this weekend. And then through the end of April, which is Sunday, a couple of inches possible. And then if we add the next system, which is Monday, Tuesday, now we're looking at 2 to 4 inches of rain coming up in the next 10 days. So that's good news. We do not have to pull the hoses. Save your water. Mother Nature's going to do it for us. It'll water the garden. It'll water the lawns. Yesterday, I had about 10 raindrops. Not much happened here yesterday. It was always looking to the west at some fun clouds, but the sinking air over the ocean's cold. Oh, by the way, 4 foot 11 seconds this morning. Surf is up, and with a light wind, that's something. But I'm still injured, and I got plenty of chores and work to do here. Look at that lawn. It looks gorgeous, doesn't it? By the way, I harvested some dandelions. I had no idea that dandelions were so healthy for you. I'll do more on that later. I know I didn't show all the maps I wanted to show. It's a busy day. We're going to have some more scattered showers, and kind of surprised this low-level moisture. After all, we have had a wind off the ocean for several days, and there's an easterly component of some sort in the forecast just about every day going forward. So it's not going to warm up very much. The heating bill, you're going to save on your watering bill, but you're going to pay for your heating bill. All right, a few highlights from yesterday. Talk to you tomorrow. Here you are. How's that, Rex? Come here. Oh, yes, Doug, by the way, I did get out the pressure washer, and I made some good progress here. You can tell the difference. Feel the air coming in off the water. It's already sinking over the ocean, where it's colder, and rising over the land. You can see the convection starting to pop there well north. That's up toward Cape Ann. Never miss an opportunity to stop by and say hello to an old friend here. Really fun day. It's about 10:30 or so in the morning, and there go the cumulus. Call the play-by-play today. You seeing this, Rex? It's not. It would probably kick your butt. He doesn't even know. Yeah, it's best that they got away. What do you get there? A nice petrified worm? You're gonna smell great. The girls are gonna love you. So interesting. The air on the right is sinking air from off the ocean. The air on the left is rising air from the heating of the land by the sun, called diurnal effect. Got some good downpours developing in western Massachusetts right now. Headed east. Should be a fun afternoon. Just about 12:30. It's this thing right here. A dead worm. They love the perfume of dead worm. Because the chicks dig it, huh, T-Rex? The chicks dig it.
Right.
What year?
Oh, it's going to be like 60, 61, somewhere around there.
The new filter and the tiger cat and the
Yep.
Kent pool. Was the split sign already in
No,
there?
a little later.
When did that go in?
That was after the Bruins won 71, 72.
Yeah, just barely drinking age.
Because it was
In fact, I think it was underage.
not me. I didn't do a thing. Honest, true story.
About 6:30, crepuscular rays from beneath the inland convection. It could not overcome the local sea breeze effect. What's your excuse, Rex? It's impossible to get a ball by him. You bring it to Steve, yeah, he'll really appreciate that. It's like, why are you bringing that ball to me? Anyhow, plane's taking off toward the south, so that means the upper level winds are kind of still from the south. Upper level low, very subtle features in the upper atmosphere and inland grapple and snow and even a little lightning today, but here near the shore, it's just stayed chilly with an onshore breeze. You can see the flag kind of coming at us. And subsidence over the cold ocean. Refrigerator effect of April. In other news, uh-oh. Haven't seen this happen before. Nope. Come back. He jumped. Come on, Steve. No idea how to get back up. Guess I'm going down. And there's also a layer of fog or stratocumulus coming in from the east beneath the convection. Right now, half hour before sunset. That would be fog coming in off the ocean from the east, even though those clouds up in the sky that are delivering a trace of rain pre-sunset here are coming from the west. So the wind up in the sky coming from both directions. Another fascinating day.
The Atlanta Hawks have come to Boston. And that young man.
Atlanta was up by 10, Celtics were up by 10, Atlanta wins. There will be a game 6.